Here's what happened to the high school pitchers with the highest clocked fastball velocity on the Perfect Game Showcase scene since 2000. Class of 2000, it's Nick Massett, 6'5" right-hander who topped out at 95, but had to have Tommy John surgery before the draft, dropping him to the 8th round. He eventually made the big leagues, pitching in 8 different seasons. His average fastball velocity peaked at 95 in 2011. He put up 2 WAR for his career. One other hard thrower from the class of 2000, David Aardsma. Class of 2001, Chris Lambert, who hit 94, but ended up going to Boston College, which was a good move as the Cardinals made him their first-round pick in 2004, but he only appeared in 2 big league seasons, throwing 90-mile-per-hour fastballs and putting up an ERA over 7 in 33 innings. Also in his class, Zach Duke. 2002, here's a fun one. Micah Owings hit 97 at a showcase and opted to pitch in college rather than sign with the Rockies after they drafted him in the 2nd round. He eventually went to the Diamondbacks in 2005's 3rd round and ended up playing 6 years in the big leagues, though that was more with a 90-mile-per-hour arm. Most of his 3 career WAR actually comes from his bat. He was a pitcher who raked and frequently pinch hit. This class was stacked with names. Zach Greinke and Scott Kazmir were close to the top of the velocity leaderboards, as was future Browns quarterback Brandon Weeden. 2003, it's Jared Hughes, who hit 96 on the gun, then went the college route and was eventually a 4th-rounder for the Pirates in 2006. He pitched 10 years in the big leagues as a reliever, had a career ERA under 3, making him the most successful pitcher in this club so far with 8 WAR. Other hard-throwing notables from the class of 2003 include Andrew Miller and Chad Billingsley. Class of 2004's livest arm was Roque Mercedes, a Dominican right-hander who topped out at 96 in a World Showcase. The Brewers signed him as an international free agent, but he never reached the big leagues, having last pitched in 2012. Other class of 2004 notables, Homer Bailey, Giovanni Gallardo, and the sadly taken from us too soon, Nick Adenhart. Now on to 2005, it's Josh Wall, who flashed 95 in January and was picked by the Dodgers in the 2nd round that June. He appeared in 3 big league seasons, averaging 94 miles per hour on his fastball, but only threw 13 innings. Other hard throwers, Justin Upton off the mound, further solidifying why he went 1st overall that summer, as well as Buster Posey, who of course went to Florida State before his legendary catching career with the Giants. Class of 2006, Corey Rasmus, brother of Colby, was up to 97 and became a 1st-round pick for the Braves. He pitched 4 seasons in the big leagues, with his highest season average fastball velocity being 94 in 2013. Other hard throwers from the class of 2006, Dellin Betances, which makes a lot of sense, as well as Tommy Pham, because why not Tommy Pham? 2007, Michael Maine became the first high schooler on the showcase scene to hit 99. The Rangers made him their 1st-round draft pick that year, but he never pitched higher than Double-A after a promising start to his pro career. This class was stacked. Madison Bumgarner, Rick Porcello, and Matt Harvey were all up there on the velocity leaderboard, as was Robert Stock, who has pitched more recently in the big league than all those bozos, and he's nice to me. 2008, little-known pitcher by the name of Garrett Cole, who was throwing 97 in high school. He went 1st overall to the Pirates in the 2011 draft after a great college career at UCLA, and has appeared in 12 big league seasons, peaking at 98 miles per hour average fastball velocity, and putting up 43 WAR. He's had by far the most successful career on this list, at least to date. Also in his class, Sonny Gray, who's had an excellent career in his own right, as well as Aaron Hicks, an outfielder known for his cannon arm. The class of 2009's hardest showcase thrower was Michael Givens at 98 miles per hour, a 2nd-round pick for the Orioles. He pitched in 9 big league seasons, last appearing in 2023. His 9 career WAR trails only Cole among pitchers mentioned so far, courtesy of his career 3.47 ERA in 461 innings out of the bullpen. Another high ranker from 2009, Zach Wheeler. A less familiar name from the class of 2010, it's Stetson Alley, who threw 99 and was drafted in the 2nd round by the Pirates. They actually picked him as a hitter, but after sputtering out in Double-A, he switched back to pitching and was in affiliated ball as late as 2021, but never made the big leagues. From the same high school class, Jameson Taillon and Kevin Gausman. Class of 2011's most impressive showcase arm was Jose Fernandez at 97 miles per hour. The Marlins made him their first-round pick that summer, and he was in the big leagues only 2 years later, and continued to show off that 97-mile-per-hour fastball velocity. He, of course, sadly passed away in a boat accident in Miami in 2016, cutting short one of the all-time great starts to a young pitcher's career. 14 WAR in only 4 seasons, 2 of which were cut short by Tommy John surgery and recovery. Also in his class, Dylan Bundy, one of the more talented high school arms ever. For 2012, Lance McCullers Jr., who was 98 on the gun and an Astros first-rounder. His big league career has been injury-laden, but he's appeared in 8 seasons, won 2 World Series, and made an All-Star game all with Houston. His mid-90s fastball is nice, but the curveball has proven to be his signature pitch. At 10 career WAR, he's third only to Fernandez and Cole among pitchers revealed so far. Other top throwers in the same class, you had the Harvard Westlake boys, Max Fried and Lucas Giolito, as well as Edwin Diaz. Class of 2013, Jordan Sheffield at 98 miles per hour. He pitched at Vanderbilt and was selected in the first round of the 2016 draft by the Dodgers, but only pitched in 2 big league seasons for the Rockies, where his average fastball velocity was around 97. Also in his class, Devin Williams. 2014 is Tyler Kolek, older brother of Steven, and the third 99-mile-per-hour arm we've seen, and just like the other 2, he never pitched in the big leagues. The Marlins made him the second overall pick of the 2014 draft. He underwent Tommy John surgery in 2016, and never got his mojo back. He never pitched above A-ball. A few other impressive, big, hard-throwing righties in his class, Dylan Cease and Mitch Keller. Class of 2015 is Mike Nikorak at 98 miles per hour, who also never pitched in the big leagues despite being drafted in the first round by the Rockies. He too was derailed by Tommy John surgery and failed to pitch above A-ball. In fact, his whole class was short on notable power arms, though Tony Santillan is the most notable name. Now for 2016, it's Alex Spies who is up to 97 on the showcase scene. A second rounder for the Rangers, he took an arduous journey through the minors, but pitched a couple innings in the big leagues in both 2023 and 2024. When he's been up, he's averaged triple-digit velocity, making him technically the hardest thrower on this list in terms of average fastball velo at the big league level. This was a strong class for top-of-the-leaderboard arms, which included Alek Manoah, Jesus Luzardo, and Cole Ragans. 2017 is Hunter Green, one of the least shocking entries on here. He threw 97 then and throws 99 now. The Reds made him the second overall pick of the 2017 draft, and he's done nothing but throw hard since. With 12 career WAR, he's put together by far the most impressive big league career among those who were high schoolers in the last decade plus. Other hard throwers from 2017, Spencer Strider, which I guess isn't all that surprising, as well as Joe Adell, who was a dominant outfielder in high school and barely pitched. Class of 2018's hardest thrower was Kumar Rocker at 98, who started at Vanderbilt and eventually was picked third overall in the 2022 draft by the Rangers. With a career 5.45 big league ERA, he's sub-replacement level, but has time to get those numbers in better places. Also in that class, perhaps the biggest arm the league has seen in a while, Ben Joyce. 2019, it's Daniel Espino at 99 miles per hour. This guy had injury concerns and absolutely nasty stuff. He was Cleveland's first rounder that year, but sadly hasn't pitched since 2022 due to shoulder issues, which are often worse than elbow issues. A shame because when he plays, he is dominant to the tune of striking out over 40% of minor league batters faced. Also in his class, Quinn Priester. For the class of 2020, it's Jared Kelly at 99 miles per hour. Unlike most of the guys we've seen recently, he was a second-round pick for the White Sox. Hasn't made his debut yet, but as of 2025, he has a 3.11 ERA between high A and double A, so maybe someday. The most notable arm in that class was from the infield. It's Mason Wynn. 2021, we have our first case of triple-digit heat. Chase Petty, who the Twins drafted in the first round, he was traded to the Reds organization in the Sonny Gray deal, and has appeared in 3 big league games this season, averaging 97 on the fastball. He's only 22, so plenty of time left to develop. Chase Burns was another electric arm from the same class. Class of 2022, Nazir Muley was also at 100 miles per hour. The Cubs picked him in the 4th round that year, and he underwent Tommy John surgery before finally making his pro debut in 2024. With 80 walks and 98 career minor league innings, not the greatest start to his career. Another 2022 notable, the switch pitcher Jurrangelo St. who is currently a Mariners prospect. 2023, it's Travis Sykora at 100, who the Nationals selected in the 3rd round. He was on his way to being one of, if not the top pitching prospect in the game, but it was recently revealed that he too needs Tommy John surgery, sadly a fate of many on this list. Class of 2024, it's Carson Wiggins at 98, who currently pitches at Arkansas, and for Class of 2025, it's Miguel Cime Jr. at 100, who was just drafted in the 4th round by the Nationals. And for the upcoming class of 2026, it's Savion Sims at 100, who is committed to play college ball at Oklahoma. Of course, Perfect Game has a lot of future classes beyond that, so the last pitcher I'm going to headline is the class of 2033's Owen Shug, who is almost 10 years old and definitely throws 90 miles per hour. It's definitely not a misread, he's just that good, he's gonna destroy the league in about a decade. So to summarize, 5 pitchers on this list, Mercedes, Maine, Ali, Kolek, and Nikorak, retired having never pitched in the big leagues. Among those that did, Hunter Greene, Garrett Cole, and Alex Speas were most impressive in terms of big league velocity, and in terms of career WAR, the top pitchers are Garrett Cole, big gap, followed by Jose Fernandez, Hunter Greene, Lance McCullers Jr., Michael Givens, and Jared Hughes. And yes, there are a lot of Tommy John surgeries, including every top thrower on this list between the classes of 2011 and 2018. That's all for now. If you want to support what I do, 2 ways to do it. Use code FOOLISH on SeatGeek and support what I do via Patreon at patreon.com/foolishbaseball. Thank you for watching.